helps you. Now, it helps you to enjoy your life, ways that helps you to, cope with challenges, build strong relationships, be proactive, it contributes to, the community in your own little way. That's what we will be discussing today. We're going to a short break, and when we come back, the show continues on Citizen 93.7 FM. Good afternoon, Abuja. Welcome back from that short break. And like I said, we have right here in the studio Mrs. Imobong Ladipo Sanusi. Yeah. And we have Mrs. Amuze Udodirim. Udodirim. Esther, allow me to rest. Mrs. Amuze Udodirim. Am I right?
Yes.
You're welcome to the studio and to our program and to the show in general.
Aksha,
yes.
You're so excited. I feel like you're picking up the excitement from our guests.
Yeah.
You're already
mental wellness, Esther. They call it mental wellness.
I feel the joy in your spirit when you hear mental awareness.
Yes,
interesting.
But I want my audience to get to listen and learn from all of this.
Right.
So you're welcome to the program. I know that you have a foundation which you call Princess Victoria Iboete Foundation. What do you do at this foundation?
Princess Victoria Iboete Foundation is a foundation that takes delight in taking care of the poor, the widow, the in their society. They do teaching, trainings for these people. A lot of things, empowering the youth, empowering the widows, empowering the poor, the market women. That's what the foundation trainings, like the one that is in focus now that we're about to do, the wellness and the mental health.
Yes. So before we get to that, when was this foundation established?
The foundation has been there for quite a long time now. For the past 10 years, the foundation has been there.
Okay.
From Akwa Ibom State.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now you have an event coming up, which is on the 27th of this month, which is next week Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Tell us about this event.
Okay. Like she rightly said, my role in the event is I'm going to be a facilitator.
Okay.
And we are going to be talking about suicide, decriminalization, and suicide prevention. We're going to be talking about mental health and forgiveness. These are all the things that has to do with trauma. So I think in our space, Princess Victoria Iboete Foundation has noticed that even in places of worship, people don't get to open up about mental health issues.
Right.
So we just want to take up conversation on that, and it's going to be a very big event. We are expecting people from stakeholders from the ministries, department, agencies, civil society, ordinary persons, the media, everyone. We just want a space that everybody is going to be there on that 27th of November.
Right.
And of course, this event is not just an ordinary event. This event is an event that is being birthed by the Holy Spirit, to the time that we are in now in Nigeria, in our society right now. People need to have understanding and knowledge and information. And information is key to how to take care of homes, to how to take care of your environment, even the season that we are in now. How to be mindful so that you don't get outside the board. So that's why this event is very paramount. Every strata, the ministries, the legal department, the legal, the society, the market women, everybody is involved. This program is not just a local one. We're taking it, up there so that people will come, and listen and have information and have the idea of how to have their life and have peace within them. With whatever you have, you can make do, and not to, be so much, so that you don't get your mental health injured. That's why this program is being organized for Nigerians and non-Nigerians too.
All right. Now, I would like to ask Christian, because it is a program that you're organizing for every individual in Nigeria, and most times, most programs that have to do with our health are usually not coming free. Is it free?
Of course it's free. It's free.
All right. Because a lot of people want to know if they have to look for a way to sort money.
It's free. They have to come. It's free.
It's free.
That is why people like us are coming in. Actually, I'm the head of an NGO, Women Trafficking and Child Labor Eradication Foundation. And we just finished a trauma-informed care training for almost 3 quarters. So I think it is good that we keep cascading the issue of mental health. So it's free. It's free.
Thank you very much.
Except if you want to get sponsors for us, we don't mind. Because we need it for, the tea break, the food and everything when you gather people.
All right, thank you.
Now, talking about the conference, is this the first time you having such conference, or you've had since the foundation has been in existence for, you said 4 years?
Yes.
And
No. This is not the first conference, but this is the first of its kind in mental health and wellness. And
so you've had the conference in other,
we have a conference, and even in the pipeline, we have other conferences coming up after this very conference.
Now, you spoke about widows.
No, widows have been taken care of. I said widows, the poor, the widows, the vulnerable children, the widows, the vulnerable children, those the indigent ones in the society. See, the foundation even recently, about 2 weeks ago, opened up a laundry shop for some boys, for some guys, for some youths who are not doing anything. The foundation opened a laundry shop.
Since your foundation is basically eradicating poverty, right? Helping widows and widowers in the society, trying to pick out those that you have government see what you're doing, because of course government, especially these administrations, that is the Renewed Hope agenda, and one of them is to elevate poverty in citizens. Are you making any plans to have a sort of partnership or collaboration with government to make your work more known?
Thank you so much. That's why we are calling on the ministries. We're inviting them to come, because the government agenda is to alleviate poverty and to make things hope, renewed hope. And the same renewed hope where, when they come in partnership, we take it further. We take it further. The government can partner with the foundation, to make this renewed hope a reality.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, even
to take it to the grassroots.
Yes, even in alleviating poverty, we also know that there should be a space where people can always report to. They can go for support when it comes to issue of mental health. If you're ill now, you know the hospital to go to. Maybe if you want to buy drugs, there's a patent chemist in your vicinity. But when it comes to the issue of mental health, where do you go to?
All right.
So, as one of the speakers in this event, Dr. Mrs. Imabong Ladipo Sanusi, right?
Yeah.
What area would you be looking at?
I'm going to be looking at suicide.
Okay.
And on World Suicide Day this year, the Minister of Health, who was although represented, noted that the suicide figures are underreported, and that the suicide rate has climbed tremendously. And it is just the age range from the adolescent, the teenagers, and then the young persons. So we are going to look at how to decriminalize suicide, to prevent it, and even to talk about it. Because in my paper presentation, or rather my facilitation, I looked at 3 categories of issues of suicide. Those who are contemplating it, those who have done it already, and those who thought about it, attempted and failed. As we're speaking, somebody is trying it because they just believe that this is just it. Suicide is so prevalent that, and it's so silent, as we're in this room, you don't know my mind until I speak out. So a lot of people are so suicidal in their thoughts, and like I said, you can't blame them. There are lots of factors involved. The economy, things are difficult with parents, difficult with children, difficult with the youth themselves, even difficult with the country. Globally, things are difficult. So people will just think that, well, we know that they are not just alone in it, or we're all feeling the pain, and then taking your life is never an option. So suicide is a big thing we have to talk about.
And now I would like to ask you a question on the area of, a lot of times I have seen for sure, especially on social media, when someone comes out and tell you this is the last time you're going to see my message, a lot of us cracks a joke with it, because we feel like the person is trying to get attention, so engagement and all those. How do you know when someone is seriously
actually
this is it. That's one of the myths in suicide attempts. It's a myth that you think people want to get attention, but the truth is no one wants to die. It's difficult to die. Even it's so painful and fearful to die. So when you see such a message, excuse me, one of the things you can do is to reach out to that person directly. The case study that I'm having with me is a young girl. She was actually on the verge of pouring that snipe. She actually put it in her mouth, and her friend knocked. That one, it fell off her hand. She said today she's glad that she didn't kill herself, because it was all about academics and different things. So when you see people like that, one of the things that can help in social media is also to go and check the person's last appearance on status, especially on WhatsApp. Check. Also call the person, send someone to the person's destination. Of course, it's the digital world, you can always track somebody, find out where that person is. And if possible, this girl said that day her father called her and said, what is going on? I love you. She said, I love you. But she said the love, she meant it, but she was already holding the object. And then she said her auntie called her. He said, the Holy Spirit, the auntie is a Christian, said the Holy Spirit tell me that I should warn you not to try anything stupid. Her friend called her. Her roommate left where she was, and she didn't know. In fact, God just said it. They said people's time. Then the roommate just knocked. So when you see things like that, it is not proper to laugh at people. When you laugh at people, you are stigmatizing them. You are making them. And another thing is that you think that people who want to commit suicide are weaklings. They are not. It's not about weakness. It's about the mental stage of the person. And mental health has to do with 3 things: how you think, how you feel, and act. And what exactly is bringing trauma? You have gone through something. It's an event. So what is that thing? Sometimes when you reverse something for people, there's a lady who lost her mother, lost the woman that was like her mother figure, who has helped her, and lost a baby. Can you see? She had 3 losses in her life. That's trauma. So there are things that can help people to reverse. You can't bring back her mother, fine. You can't bring out the mother figure. You can't bring back the child,
baby, right?
But she needed help. Do you know she was at the verge of killing herself? Then her boss called that she should see me. That was during lockdown, and that was when I knew that even on social media, online, you can see people rather than physical. Now she has a new baby and she's in Canada now because it was a turn. So everybody needs help. It's just that you're sinking, and you're trying to raise your hand in the water.
See if anybody can pick you.
Thank you. That's just it. You're drowning, rather, not sinking, drowning.
Wow.
There's a lot going on.
Right.
Mrs. Amuze, so what do you hope to achieve at the end of this conference?
Wow. A lot.
Okay, let's hear you.
A lot. Information, knowledge, the information passed so that people, we get this, we get the public, the society to know how to manage their life, how their expectations, because a lot of people have so much expectations. How do you manage your expectations? So when you come to this program, you'll be able to learn, you'll be able to have information, and also have information of if you have a situation like this,
where do you go? Who do you talk
to?
Very important.
Yes, you have Princess Victoria Ibongetes Foundation to come to talk to. So you this is what we want to to society, the public to know. Okay. People, that's why we are calling for the ministry, the parastatals. We sent invitations to hospitals, so that when you have in hospitals also, you may have some of these people.
Yeah.
You may have some of you can report. Yes, you can report any situation of mental health of any sort to Princess Victoria Ibongetes Foundation, and from there we take it up. It's a synergy. It's a partnership. We report to you have at least a 1 point station to report to. From there we take it up.
How accessible is Princess Ibongetes Foundation?
Yes, I was going to get
How accessible is it?
Oh, very accessible.
How do people know that this is where I'm supposed to go to? This is the number I'm supposed to reach out to? How accessible is it?
Okay, by the time you come for the conference, you'll be able to get every information you need. Okay. Online, on site, the office, everything.
Yes, so because you said something about from Akwa Ibom State.
Yes.
Now I was going to ask, Princess, Ibongetes Foundation, is it just an Akwa Ibom kind of foundation strictly, or it's a foundation that it's for everyone, no matter where the state you come from, so far as you're from Nigeria?
Yeah, sure.
And then, like Asta said, there should be a way that you contact our people. Can you call out phone numbers and even, office address that people can go to?
Yes,
and website.
We have the, like we say, headquarters. We have offices in FCT. We have in Akwa Ibom State. We have everywhere. We've gone digital. There's nowhere you are. You want to reach Princess Ibongetes Foundation BVIF that you will not reach. We have the website. We have the online.
And you have social media platforms because, like you said, we're digital now.
Yes, we have social media platform anywhere you are. For the foundation is a global foundation. It's not a Nigerian thing. It's a global foundation. The foundation has been called to reach out globally.
So do you have any partners? Do you partner with any other foundation or any other? Do you partner with anyone for the foundation?
Oh, okay. Meanwhile, yes, we have partners with other foundations. Like we partner with Wycliffe.
Okay.
Yes, we partner with Wycliffe. If you have that's why I say it's a partnership something.
Yeah.
We partner with other foundations.
All right, now let's go back to our major discussion, which is mental health, because that's the thing we're going to focus on that day. What would you say is the level of, I'll be asking our discussant now, what would you say is the level of mental health awareness in Nigeria?
Okay, I will say that you were having your own scale that time. You said 1,000. So if you say in a scale, I'm just putting it in a scale of 1 to 10. I would say that it's getting redder from 5. You know why I said so? We have all let me say mental health is just a continuum. You see, all of us, we are from a family. In a family, we have community, father, parents, from there you have school, a religious place of, community where you walk. Like now, this is a community.
Right.
So every one of us have experiences we go through. But there's an experience that taught us so much in Nigeria, COVID.
Right.
And it taught us so much all over the world, lockdown.
Right.
Can you see? Then you came down again to Nigeria, and there different parts of Nigeria, whether the northeast, the north central, south, everybody's going through different things.
Yeah.
Remember?
Right.
And then another thing came again to Nigeria, beclouded us. cashlessness.
Yeah.
Naira
Cashless
redesign.
policy.
Can you see? Cashless policy. So we've been going through a lot. Yes, we are also going through so much individually. As you're a young person, you're growing, you're also going through your own challenges.
Right.
So there have been something that is national. So people now realize, wow, so people can just kill themselves. And we now realize that, for instance, we are non-violence organization. We prevent violence against women, children, persons, and human beings. We now realize that people are staying together, and then the mental health increased. People killed themselves. You remember?
Yeah.
Neighbors fought. They were stabbing themselves. Children were staying with their abusers. They were having sexual abuse. They were, now the rate of mental health increased, and the experts started shouting. They started, raising awareness that something needs to be done. And I believe with that, from 5, it cascaded to something like 7. So we are there. Okay. But now we are aware. Are we doing anything? So I want to give kudos to those who are doing anything. Do you notice that even religious organizations started doing something on mental health?
Right.
Good. So you can add 1 again, so making 8. Even the government too, the federal ministry, everybody is saying, come here, come there. Then they started giving a little relief, like palliatives. You may say it didn't go wrong, but something for people to cushion the effect of the economy. Do you know how much bread is now? You see, so it's possible that families can't even afford to eat bread. So sometimes I just watch little children who go to school who have to take lunch pack and everything. I wonder what is inside, because I heard there's no biscuit of 50 naira. All those juice and everything, they are one something.
So unfortunately, even egg. I like to talk about egg a lot
because
I love
of egg.
Yes. So some families that could not, afford to buy meat before now, it was easy for them to just buy egg, fry or boil it to give it to children to take to school. But now, unfortunately, even a crate of egg is about 7,000 naira, 6,500, 7,000. So 1 piece of egg is about 250, 300 naira.
Okay, you can imagine that, and then the salary is not increasing. So we are into child labor. Look at now. Previously, some children were in child labor because of poverty. So their parents had something little to do. Suddenly they lost their jobs. There was no job for parents, no job for guardians. So those children became breadwinners. Can you see? So children are growing in this quagmire and this hardship, and the mental health issues are, in fact, it is really cumbersome, my sister. We can go on and on and on and on and paint the picture. Mental health awareness is there, but the prevention, we need to increase what we do on the prevention, and also need to increase on what to do in the response level.
So before we go on a short break, I would like to ask Mrs. Odojirim. Now, as an advocate, I am an advocate of persons with disability. I like to make sure that anywhere they go, they get just the same attention as every other person we get. If not,
I like to call it the VIP attention.
Yes, the VIP attention. If not, they're supposed to even get the first, like she said, VIP attention before any other person. Now, this conference, how accessible is it to persons with disability? Because somebody somewhere who has a disability is listening to us right now and is wondering, how do I get there? Like, how accessible is the venue of the event itself to persons with disability?
Recently, most organizations and agencies and government prestataires did what we call people with disability access to access every accessibility
structures.
It's actually a law. It's actually a law in the country.
A law now. So, the Merit House is accessible. The venue is at Merit House, and people with disability has the access to the venue. Yes.
Thank you so much. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, the program Women's Canal continues on Citizen at 3.7 FM Abuja.
career, mentorship, and family too. We will tackle the issues, provide solutions, and see you through. Finding your voice, reaching high, and making an impact. Women's Corner, where knowledge can fly. Join us every Mondays and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. for inspiring stories and practical advice to reach all your glories. It's Women's Corner on Citizen 93.7 FM, Abuja.
Woman don't suffer, lower everybody. Suffer, suffer, suffer. Enjoy forever.
Citizen at 3.7 FM Abuja on the program Women's Corner.
Continues.
Yeah, so the number to call and of course join the conversation today is 090-3222-9797. I take it slowly, 090-3222-972205. You can also send us WhatsApp messages on the number 081-8222-2205. So we were talking about contacts to reach, if one is having difficulty in locating the venue for the event, or even, if you want to make inquiries about the foundation, can you call out the phone numbers to contact?
Okay. The event actually is taking place on the 27th of November 2024 by 10 a.m. at Merit House, Maitama, Abuja. Then you can get us on 080-7147 0345.
You take that slowly, please.
Again, 080-7147 0345.
All right.
Okay.
Or you can get us on www.princessvictoriaibokete-foundation.org.
Okay.
.org.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So the address.
The address of the event is Merit House, Maitama, Abuja.
Okay, we'll make sure you get to call out the numbers again before the address, and of course even the number again before we wrap up the show this afternoon. We already have It's nice listening to you all. You're doing a great job, and I hope that the conference will be a game changer for people to take their mental well-being serious. I think mental wellness isn't taken with much priority as it should. Mental health is part of general well-being of each individual and should be taken with great care. You would notice that those with mental health issues don't like to speak out because they don't like to be stigmatized or judged by others. Good afternoon, Aisha and Esther. You are doing a great job in the studio. Thank you so much, Aisha.
Thank you.
She said something about mental health not being the people that get stigmatized.
Yeah.
My question is for Dr. Ima Bong. What is your take on, because there are people that, because they know that someone is facing one sort of mental health or the other, and they get this stigmatized. Like when they go out, you see people saying, just leave that one.
He had no correct.
He had no correct.
That's the usual.
Do you get?
I think she's right.
Yes, he had no correct. What do you think should be done? Like when you see people in challenge or the other, are we supposed to drag them closer to us, or even shun them or stigmatize, place a stigma on them?
Okay, let me describe it to Robert.
Good afternoon,
What do we?
all the guests in the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, all the guests in the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to.
Depression, you have issues like anxiety, even the traffic can give you stress. When you have that kind of thing, one of the basic things that we recommend is not drugs, because we don't do drugs, it's therapy. Is to talk. Just like something, let's say you have a water that has ink. If you continue pouring clean water, do you know that ink will eventually come out?
Yeah.
So it's just like you want to
Detoxify
detoxify what is going on in you. So you talk therapy. And you know one thing, It's just for us to reverse what is going on. So you find your therapy. What gives you therapy? Some people walk, some people running, singing. You know, when you hear celebration time, come on. We not the dance.
Yes,
So some people is song. That is why you see when people go to the religious place, therapy. Some people also swimming. So you find out what suits you. Everybody is different. As our faces are different, our fingerprints. That what suits you. Everybody is different. As our faces are different, our fingerprints are different, prints are different. So also
mental factors that can lead to mental health. Mental health issues are actually now being recorded as prevalent in the workplace. Now, it is quite unfortunate that in this side of the globe, we are not able to approach employers of labor to tell them this is the situation. You can hardly call an employer of labor to say, look, I woke up on the wrong side of bed, I'm not just feeling myself, I want to just take the day off. It just looks very, very funny. But it is easy for an employer of labor to come to see you in the hospital with drips and all that. You understand? But that same employer might not find it easy if you say you need just natural therapy. Therapy is not all the time that you visit the therapist. It may just be that you just wake up, go and sit down under a tree, and then you get your healing just by natural process. You understand? So what are those things that they are going to do to champion this awareness, to make employers of labor see to the mental health and mental well-being of their employees? That is question one. Then secondly, a lot of Nigerians, a lot of us find it difficult to approach persons to share certain occurrences with them for the fear of
being judged.
English. Okay, for the fear that the person will not be able to keep that information.
Okay, confidentiality.
Like disclosure, yes, non-disclosure. Do they have this confidentiality? Yes, confidentiality and non-disclosure that will equally make persons who have these cases feel free and see the need to approach therapists to have a conversation with them.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the comments and the questions. If anybody knows me, I am a very people-centric person. I listen to the mental health of the staff because I'm also the head of my organization. I listen to their mental health and I listen to their complaint and their concern. So when a staff is supposed to deliver or meet a deadline and the person comes with red eyes, the person comes teary, please throw that work away because it's life first. Deadline will still be met of issues. But one of the things we do in the conference room, she is even our nurse because we have a shelter where victims are being rehabilitated. She's a nurse. So do you know when we sit in that conference room, it's a place of pouring. I call it the muster point for pouring. So I was trying to explain that those people you see on the street who are already naked and they look unkempt and everything, those ones have gone out of the level of talk therapy. That's already psychosis, and they need to be in the to see the psychiatric and be in the neurotic hospital.
Okay.
But when it comes to the issue that I've been having persistent headache, I've not been able to sleep, the therapist will help you do tracking and tracing, things like that. Once you can hit that point, oh, this is it. I've not slept for days, that you need. So when he talks about employer, truly there's the need for employers to even enshrine mental health activities into their space to help those staff. And then also, COVID taught us something good. I keep referring to COVID. It taught us that we could do things online, not just coming physically. Now transportation is too high, and you're expecting people to meet up. Now you walk into the bank, you can't even withdraw money, and you go to the POS, they said no more cash. So how do you want people to survive? So you can do flexible activities. So Oga, if your Oga is giving you that, go and tell him that you need rest. And if people say they need rest, please, if you don't speak, nobody knows what is happening. And that is why even in places of worship, do you know, indirectly there's counseling. There's counseling, you talk. So begin to talk, and then the therapist will find what suits.
Yeah, but then he said something because
No, I can't.
sometimes
Please remind me.
Yeah, sometimes you speak to people, you assume that these people are people that can
Okay,
keep
yes,
it
yes, yes. Let me
confident.
tell you the truth. I'm not going to talk to you if I finish talking to you and then what you do, you climb the pulpit and begin to tell my story.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut
And
down.
a lot of
People prefer to talk to people they don't know. That's it. So in a place like this, there's going to be session to talk with therapists and everything. So I think what he's saying is true, but there sometimes you need to case conferencing. You have to mention what is going and follow up, so to say. So he's right.
We have
We
another
just have
caller.
to say, end the stigma, please.
All right.
Thank you so much. We have another caller.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
My name is Shaibu and I'm calling you from Wuse to Abuja.
Okay.
Welcome, sir.
I think this is a very important topic you are discussing. It wouldn't have been better than this period that people are facing a lot of challenges from economic and mental health to them. So I think people should take life easy. People should try, with caution.
Caution.
Yeah.
People should try with caution, and people should, try to live their life with
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
He said something that made me remind a video I saw of a very young boy. And in the video, the boy said, "You have a problem. Yes. To just continue. You do it till you break down.
That's
You know,
how we
you're stressed out. Don't start washing any clothes. Just rest."
I remember I was
There was something the man want to take us back to where he was talking about the boss and the workers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. That's actually why this program is coming up. We're inviting the boss. We are inviting the tops, top shots in the orgas in the offices, so that you know how to harmonize. You know how to handle these officers that may come in with such
Issues.
low mood,
Yeah.
and you know how to talk to your worker and
your
say,
staffs.
your staff say what is wrong. You'll be able to look into and see this staff is no longer
productive.
It's no longer productive. What is happening? You find out.
Rather than firing,
You find out.
outrightly.
But that would depend on having a considered bosses, because some people are only interested in the profit.
Thank you,
bring to-
Esther.
No,
And it's on that note that I want to say a very big thank you and thumbs up to our GM, Haja Iftika Abdallah,
Yes.
and also our head of news in this station, Mr. Lawrence Umoite. Once he says, "Sir, my head is paining me," you just say, "Go home and rest.
I'm telling you.
Take the day off." And when you tell Haja, "I'm not feeling fine," don't come tomorrow and next tomorrow. Come when you're better. And so I think they are doing it. So
Yeah.
we really want to appreciate them for that.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that other top head of offices and all of that
brands
hear
will
it and
of
then
course.
try to emulate this good virtue,
course,
and it's very important.
It's very
Thank you so
important,
much to our GM and of course our head of news. You're doing
Yes,
well.
yes, it's very important to because when your mood is good, you'll be productive. Like
Right.
I remember in my office sometime there's this guy in the account department. As an accountant, that's how you dress. I always shirts flying up. I had to call him and I said, "What's wrong? This is not you. What's wrong?" Oh, he was so
It's coming on the 27th
of
November, which is next week Wednesday, by 10 a.m.
at Mary's house.
at Mary's house.
Our bosses, like you said, and now this is a platform. I thank God for radio. That's why I love my job. It gives us an avenue for us to reach out to people, and people are listening to take their mental health issues. Very, very. We're too much into I want to make money, I want to make money, I want to make money, and then we'll forget ourselves,
Right.
forget our health, and we worry too much about how much.
You feel you can't do it, just take a break. It's important to take a break. Like me, you can't do it, just take a break. It's important to take a break. Like me and Esther always like to hang out, have our own little me time once in a while.
Yeah,
let's just get.
a mini celebrity.
Good afternoon, Abuja, and of programs. Good afternoon, and of course, don't forget to be at the
Mary's house.
Mary's house.